Israel-Gaza Iran War News Live Update. Israel-Hezbollah war may escalate. Increasing tensions between Israel and Hezbollah may boil over. For nearly 8 months, Israel and Hezbollah have traded blows. Even though both sides are striving to prevent war, the situation is fast worsening. Our understanding so far. What causes Israel-Hezbollah conflict? Lebanon and Israel have been at war since the 1980s. After Palestinian militants attacked Lebanon, Israel invaded it in 1982, marching to Beirut. Hezbollah, an Iranian-backed Lebanese movement, expelled it after 22 years. The resistance Hezbollah has a strong paramilitary. Beirut considers Israel an enemy, and much of the West considers them terrorists. After 1982, the two sides have occasionally clashed, but in 2006, Israel invaded Lebanon again to revenge for Hezbollah's kidnapping of 2 Israeli soldiers. That war killed about 1,000 Lebanese civilians, 49 Israeli civilians, and 121 soldiers. Hezbollah repatriated the kidnapped soldiers in 2008 in exchange for Lebanese and Palestinian convicts in Israeli captivity and militants' bodies. Israel and Hezbollah clashed again after Hamas attacked Israel on October 7, killing 1,200 and capturing 250, according to Israeli police. Israel fought Hamas in Gaza, destroying much of the Palestinian land and killing over 37,000 Palestinians. In retribution for aiding Gaza, Hezbollah has fought Israel. Hezbollah's military power has improved since 2006, when it relied on Soviet-era Katyusha missiles. Hassan Nasrallah claims Hezbollah has over 100,000 fighters and reserves. They reportedly have over 150,000 rockets that might overwhelm Israel's defenses in a full-scale battle. What's causing tension? The Israel-Hezbollah war has escalated since October 7. Heiko Vimmen, an international crisis group specialist, calls it slow-motion escalation. Both sides are on the brink of war. Border battles have intensified, increasing losses on both sides. Vimmen saw a dramatic increase in Hezbollah casualties and weapon kinds. A week earlier, Hezbollah assassinated an Israeli reservist in a northern Israeli hamlet, bringing the total to 19. Israeli strikes in southern Lebanon this week killed Hezbollah's top commander, Talib Sami Abdullah. Hezbollah responded by firing nearly 200 rockets at Israel on Wednesday and a smaller barrage on Thursday. Border conflicts have also grown. The battle began with fighting within a 4-kilometer, 2.5-mile radius of the border on either side, but now Hezbollah has targeted sites over 35 kilometers into Israel and Israel has targeted Lebanon over 120 kilometers, 74 miles, north. Cross-border strikes from Lebanon caused massive fires in Israel's northern region in the first week of June, which Israel blamed on southern Lebanon rocket firing. Hezbollah claimed a swarm of drones attacked Israeli military facilities. Cardiff University Hezbollah analyst Amal Saad said the group's escalation this time is different from previous skirmishes since 2006. This stage, beyond merely responding to Israeli attacks and rebuilding deterrence, it entails delivering new messages and methods, Saad wrote recently. The conflict is very obvious and impossible to overlook, said international crisis group's Vimmen. Pressure from right-wing politicians and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's administration makes Israeli officials take precautionary action or appear to. There's a drive in government and the Israeli army to intervene in the north, said Truman Institute professor Ronnie Sheikht at Hebrew University of Jerusalem. No one can endure this. New weapons appear. The war has introduced new weaponry. Hezbollah said it fired Falak 2 missiles at a northern Israel military post on June 8. The group used the Falak 2, a stronger rocket than the Falak 1, for the first time. The Iranian Falak 2 rocket has a longer range and larger warhead than the Falak 1. Iran's Falak 2 rocket has a longer range and more destructive payload. Israeli soldiers on the Lebanon border have used trebuchets. This gadget, with a rotating arm and sling aid for catapulting, fired flame-tipped projectiles at Lebanon to burn shrubbery, helping Israeli soldiers identify insurgents. CAN, a CNN affiliate, said Thursday that the IDF called the trebuchet's use in the northern frontier a local initiative with no general adoption. Their positions? Both countries have harsh rhetoric, but experts say none wants a full-scale war. In December, Benjamin Netanyahu said Beirut would become Gaza if Hezbollah launched a full-scale invasion. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich said the IDF doesn't want to fight Hezbollah in the north to overwhelm them or create a safety zone. Netanyahu said Israel is ready for strong action in the north during a visit to Kiryat Shmona near Lebanon. Hezbollah's second-in-command, Naim Qassem, told Al Jazeera that the group doesn't want a full conflict. He stated, "We are ready, and we won't withdraw." Qassem cited Hezbollah's decision to stop attacking Israel after Gaza's war. Will a big battle happen? Specialists believe that while neither side may start a conflict, their increased measures may unwittingly start one. Vim Men of the International Crisis Group said Israel and Hezbollah don't want to start a war, but the hotter it becomes, the deeper one side invades the other's territory, and the more devastating the weaponry, the more likely an unpredictable incident. Given the displacement of many Israelis in the north, Netanyahu is under pressure from opponents and coalition members to make reforms. The IDF reported dislocating about 53,000 northern Israelis. Lebanese Ministry of Public Health numbers from last week showed around 94,000 people displaced from locations near the Israeli border since the conflict began. Destroy and burn all Hezbollah strongholds. War. Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir announced. Yair Lapid attacked the administration, saying, "The northern sector is on fire, and Israeli deterrence is burnt." The U.S. advises caution since an incident could escalate uncontrollably. On Wednesday, State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said the U.S. is very alarmed about escalation and is diplomatically working to try and curtail the crisis from ballooning beyond containment. Shaked, a Truman Institute expert, claimed that Hezbollah strikes Israel to protect Gaza and its closest partner, Iran. A broader skirmish might involve the Islamic Republic and the U.S., he said. After unprecedented direct strikes on each other's soil in April, Israel and Iran came near to war.